Hello everyone, I'm Sadaf, and in today's video I will be talking about the fear of failure and how to overcome it. So I make videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'm a little late this time, and I talk about everything mental strength, confidence and productivity for millennial women. I know that at this stage of life sometimes it can be difficult to keep going, to keep your mental strength in place and to be confident in all the different things that you have to do. Actually, many of us are either changing directions, we are going through different stages of life depending on what we initiated. Either we are in our professional transitions or transitioning in the personal life. No matter what it is, I keep sharing content on confidence and mental strength so that you can keep going and stay productive no matter what. So let's get started with the video. Fear of failure is something that can stop you from making any kind of progress in your life, actually even from starting out different things, because you think that you are going to fail at these things. It can hold you back from making progress. It can cause so much frustration, anger and even regrets later on in life because you have not done things that you would have wanted to do, and it can be heavy on yourself, on your soul and overall in your life. It can be very limiting, causing stress and anxiety and overall. So where does it actually come from? The fear of failure is something that most of the time either it is due to how you have been brought up in your childhood, because you have always been forced to give out your best in order to be accepted, in order to be validated, and sometimes the fact of having absolutely to succeed in order to be accepted can create this kind of emotion where you are afraid of failing, where you get into the perfectionism, which is also something that may come from these earlier childhood experiences, and that perfectionism can be very limiting in life as well. And it can also be caused by traumatic experiences earlier in your life or later on at some point when you tried to deliver something that was good, but actually the result ended up to be quite disappointing compared to what you expected of it, and later on it can translate into the fear of failure and not even wanting to do things. So no matter what it is, what you need to know is that the fear of failure overall can limit your experience of life, and it can lead to you avoiding doing different tasks. It can create anxiety overall in your life, in different aspects of your life, and then it ends up decreasing your self-esteem and even your trust in your own abilities, taking you further down the line and creating a vicious cycle of actually failure, because the more you think that you are going to fail, the more you actually are going to fail, because that's how it works. It can also cause some emotional instability later on. In order to get out of this entire cycle of failure, it is very important to consider, to take steps, and first of all to bring to your own consciousness that this is something that I want to get out of, and how exactly am I going to get out of this. I will be sharing today this 3-step process that I have personally used, and that I use it over and over again, because there was a time when even I stopped trying out new things because I was so afraid of failing, and that meant not even trying a single small thing because I was sure that I was going to fail anyway. And it took me so much effort and so much time to actually get out of that cycle, and it took a lot of effort also from my side, but this effort that I have put into it is something that helped me later on become more and more self-reliant, self-dependent and confident actually in my own trust and in my own abilities by challenging myself into doing little things every single day. So the first step that I took was to ask myself, where is this fear coming from? And asking yourself simply this question, that when was the first time when I actually thought that this is something that I cannot do, or this is something that I will never be able to do? What was the first time? Was it someone else who told me this thing, or was that myself due to a certain failure in the past that I have created that kind of limiting belief, and that it is with me until now to this day, and it is stopping me today from trying out anything new? So the first thing is to ask yourself and explore a little bit, where is this fear coming from? When was the first time you felt such fear? And think about that. Go back in time, take some time, take a paper and write down on that paper, when was this first time when I actually came across this kind of fear, and explore a little bit, where does it take you in your past, and what is the situation, what is the event, what happened in that moment, in that time, and then explore on that a little bit it in that time. Then secondly, once you have done that, once you have explored and understood, okay, this comes from that experience in the past, or whatever it is in the past that it has come from, then ask yourself, so today if I still take this action, what is the worst thing that would happen? And this is the time where you will see that everything that you are actually being so afraid of is something that does not have any big consequences if it doesn't work out. What is the worst that would happen if this new business doesn't work out? What is the worst thing that would happen if this exam, I don't pass this exam? And in every single situation, of course, ask yourself this question: what is it? What is the worst thing that could happen? And once you have explored even that, you will see, first of all, this is something that is going to calm down a little bit your anxiety, and you will realize that you are being afraid but without any reason in particular. The last step is to finally work on your mindset and on your self-esteem. The mindset is going to be all the part where you are going to set small challenges for yourself depending on the frequency that you want in your life. It can be every month, it can be once in 2 months or 3 months, however it is that works best for you. Set up these kind of challenges and then work on these challenges and follow your own mindset throughout this process of following this challenge. So do something that is slightly out of your comfort zone, but not entirely very far from your comfort zone, because it is going to be way harder for you to get back up, because you will feel that, okay, this is something that didn't work out, so actually I cannot work so nothing can actually work out for me. So no matter what it is, always keep challenging yourself while you are working on these challenges. At the same time, follow your own mindset and make sure that your mindset improves over time, because the goal here is to, throughout the challenge, to grow yourself as a person. So if your challenge is to write blog posts regularly and that is out of your comfort zone, but you still want to do that, or if that is to pass a certain exam, prepare an action plan, start preparing for that, and do whatever it is that you need to do every single day. But at the same time, keep journaling on what is the fear that you experience the most in those times, what kind of thoughts come into your mind about your success or failure, and how do you feel about all of that. And the second part was to work on your self-esteem, which means that throughout this process, it is going to be difficult for you, especially in certain times. It is going to be extremely difficult for you to stay positive, to stay motivated, to keep working towards your challenge, because it is a challenge after all, and it is not easy, and it is going to make you get out of your comfort zone. In order to keep your self-esteem at a good level, and of course your mental health at a good level as well, keep nurturing yourself and keep nurturing your self-talk above all, because the way you talk to yourself means a lot. And if you have the habit of criticizing yourself, or if you are extremely hard on yourself, then you may feel like failing very early on, and that is not a good thing. So instead of talking to yourself harshly, get into the habit of talking to yourself as if you were talking to your best friend, and actually become your own best friend, so that you can talk to yourself and be like, yes, this is something that I'm trying, and I will try it again tomorrow. I don't feel like doing this today, so I will do it again tomorrow. It is difficult right now, but I'm new to it, so it's completely normal, and I will learn with time, or whatever it is. Or maybe if you find yourself comparing yourself with someone else, in that case, tell yourself that that person is doing this for quite some time. I'm just getting started, and I will take my time to do it at my own rhythm. So we all are different. We all learn things at different paces, at different rhythms. And instead of being hard on yourself, just take your time and stay strong, but stay committed and stay consistent, because that is the most important part in anything. It is to stay consistent in what you are doing. And that's it. So I hope that these 3 steps are going to help you try out new things. They are going to help you grow and excel, instead of staying into this mindset of I am a failure or I am going to lose anyway. So try these, and I'm sure that they will help you in some way. And if you want to become a part of the community, subscribe to my newsletter. I send a monthly newsletter in which you set yourself a challenge and then you work on it throughout the month, and then you come out of it stronger and much better. I hope that this video has been helpful to you, and keep excelling, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.